right, welcome back to Enterprise Vibe Code. I think I was just looking at Xcode getting agents. It seems like, yeah, Apple is always like kind of late, or not late, but like they take their time, or allegedly take their time with different things. Let's see. What's up, chat? Just waking up. Oh yeah, like I've had these like phantom like Canva bills. Oh, you weren't seeing that. All right, whatever. Maybe I'll clear out my browser. There's too much crap. Clear my tabs. Can you go through and if there were PRs merged for a polecat, please delete it? Oh. Oh. Good morning, chat. Good afternoon, even. Oh, yes. Of course. How are you, Rockatanescu? Rockatanescu? How are you? Okay. So I was just cleaning up my polecats for Gas Town. 15 stopped with open work. If 15 have open work, can they make PRs? Nudge them to make PRs. This is the... Oh, I don't have my books up here. So this is the Count Your Babies technique from the Vibe Coding book. Basically, we send out a bunch of work with the polecats, and if they never, like... if they never return... If they never merge, then it's like, all right, what did we lose some work here? So this is kind of making sure before we clean everything up, making sure they kind of submit what they were working on. Rockatanskew actually comes from Max Rockatansky, which is Mel Gibson's character in Mad Max. Oh, okay. I haven't actually watched it. Like, if I'm using this, I don't know, this tool named after Mad Max, I probably should watch the movie at some point. Maybe I will today. Maybe I'll make that a priority. Alright, cool. So, yeah, we had a bunch of workers, polecats, who, like, had work, but then stopped. Alright, PRs being submitted. Okay, cool. Alright, roxas. Cool. Alright. There we go. Refinery. that was that the Roxas refinery? Yeah. Nudge Roxas refinery. I don't know what code coverage is, but I doubt it. Oh, okay. It's your test coverage. So all your programming languages have this idea of like what lines are covered, like when you run your tests, what lines are executed. So it's I guess we'll be work buddies today. Yeah. Yes, sir. Frank Schwartz free. I am down. But yeah, the idea of code coverage is tests, automated tests, kind of execute and like exercise certain lines of code, and you can track which lines get executed, which lines are covered over time. So yeah, I don't know. It's just a helpful like quality kind of tool. Refinery is if AI does it, then yep. You can. It's part of like your CI/CD process. So let's see. So as part of my, we'll see in a second here. I have a comment that gets posted telling me the code coverage. And I'm trying to like, instead of adding features right now, I'm just like, all right, well, what if I like add a bunch of code coverage and that is kind of like a harness, and we can say, all right, we have all these lines covered, even though like AI can cheat and like add mocks and add tests that don't really do anything. I don't know. I just have an idea that code coverage can be the kind of this guiding, wrangling force. It's I don't know, another guardrail for the agent to navigate where you're going. I don't know. It's all an experiment. Okay, yeah. So here, we've got test coverage report. So unit tests, property tests, kind of came from this. I used Kiro and made like a spec based on the project, and it added certain tests. I don't really know what property tests do. Like I should probably ask it, hey, what's a property test? But so like it shows 59% coverage. These tests add 1% or whatever. But then we have, these are coverage across all the different packages that we have. So my idea is maybe if I get this number up to 80%, it can be like a nice, like, I know the number isn't the goal, but like it's an indicator of how kind of constrained the system is, right? How well the tests are, like how many tests we have, basically. I've had some success with the agent route add characterization tests. I don't know what characterization tests are. Defines the documents system's actual behavior, special for like, okay, yeah. Actually, no, I think I have like I have read this before. Nice. Michael Fowler's article. Fowler. Feathers. That's going in the link share in the Discord. Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So it's like maybe that is kind of what I'm doing. I'm like, I don't know. Like it's almost like all testing is characterization testing. All vibe code is characterization testing because I don't know what the code looks like. And it's like, all right, cool. Like just add these tests. So cool. Where is my worker? Do I not have a worker? Roxas. Crew Mike. There we go. Please modify the code coverage GitHub Actions comment report to show. Well, we wouldn't know the previous coverage because it's on the CZX. I guess to Sonnet 5 Premiere, prepare to no sleep. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. Apparently it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, all my... Yeah, I might finish my project today if if it's Sonnet and I don't know if it's that much better. To show previous coverage on main and new coverage with this PR. Interesting idea for a live stream. Yeah, thank you, Juta. If you are interested in this, I am Enterprise Vibe Code, Mike, and we have a Discord. We have a community around this. A lot of cool people in there. A lot of people who are kind of at the forefront, who are interested in kind of making agents do what they want them to do. So, saw the hype around Claude Cowork mid-Jan. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just maining Gas Town. I feel like people jump tools, and while it's good, like try out the tools, I feel like there's a certain skill to sticking with one tool and sticking with one agent and then sticking with one framework to just get better at it. And I'm sure over time you'll figure out better ways to use it. Let's check in on the poll. 11 votes, 45% track code coverage, 55% don't track code coverage. Where are we all tuning in from? Jay, Utah, are you tuning in from Utah? Are you just 1 hour ahead of me? I'm in Vegas. I'm based out of Vegas. Or is Utah another time zone? I forget. I don't think so, right? I know Colorado is 1 hour, but or not Colorado. Yeah, Colorado, but. Oh, sorry. I thought I muted. You just heard a big fucking cough. I'm sorry. Oh, you're on East Coast. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's either East Coasters or Europeans. We get some, people from India in here too. No, it's cool to get, people from all over the world watching. So, all right. Let's see what the refinery's doing. It's cooking. Mainly click due to the title. This is a good title. Thank you. Appreciate it. Because I feel like code coverage is this boring thing that people don't care about, but it's actually like a decent indicator of like, I don't know, quality. And like now it's free. Like you can just tell your Claude to make you have 80% coverage and it'll do it. Doesn't mean all the tests are super high quality or whatever, but at least you're giving yourself a shot. Like the opportunity is basically free. So I always say like tests are 50% off now. Like we don't have to write them. Maybe if you care enough, you can like read them. But it only costs a read, not a write. Tips Fox, 6 a.m. Yeah, it's 6:33 here. Pacific. I'm an early bird. I like to just wake up early, and I don't know. That's just how I've always been wired. I've always been an early riser. Like this is how messed up I am. Like I would in high school get home from like sports practice, like football or mostly wrestling, because it would get dark at like, I would go into the wrestling room at like 3:30 after school for practice, and then it would be dark by the time we get out of there at like 5. So I'd be so freaking tired. I would just go home, eat, shower, go to bed, and then wake up super early, do all my homework like the day of, like the morning of my homework is due. That's how freaking like early morning I am. I was like, all right, let me just do my calculus homework the day it's due, and the morning of it's due, and that just worked better for me, and it's just always worked better. I do my best work first thing in the morning. Have any of you experienced the Maestro Mayor frequently failing to delegate commands? I've had routing issues that required constant fixes. It didn't used to be like that. I think Steve Yegi mentioned that Gas Town is going through some things this week. There's like a Gas Town Discord. I don't have it set up to like show here, but he says in the Gas Town Discord, hey, all, Gas Town is going through some serious growing pains this week. My apologies. Well, this was last week, so yeah. If you have latest main, yeah, you probably have a bad version. So I haven't updated in a while. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I had a sneeze there, but yeah, basically he's like trying to migrate this database, like Dolt migration. He's trying to migrate beads from he's trying to migrate beads from like MySQL to like Dolt, like a different database. So yeah, it's Gas Town's broken for right now. I had to be out the door by 6:45 to make it to school dark winter mornings. Yep. I resolve this by delegate OpenClaw to check. Yeah, have an agent to check in on your agent. Yeah, I haven't messed with OpenClaw. I don't know. I don't like with Claude. I feel like I more or less understand what it's gonna do. But with anything that's like, and I'm like kind of okay with Claude not being in a sandbox because it's just working on like programming stuff. But if like once you connect OpenClaw, or like I don't know, people were connecting OpenClaw to all their other stuff, like their emails and their bank and whatever. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, I don't trust it with that. You guys are way ahead of me here. I had to put it in Gemini to understand. I also know that I don't know. I mean, yeah, I am not an expert here. Like, I think hopefully that's the first thing that comes across is like, I am by no means an expert. I've been learning CS and web dev since 2022, all related to video distribution and streaming. Oh, nice. Cool. I don't want to connect everything. I just want to make some code to do some useful things on my computer that can help me do research or make sense of some complicated stack. Yeah, for sure. Like that's, I guess, yeah, let me open Claw. Let me see. I haven't actually read what it does. Like I just get like the sense of what people have been using with this. Runs on your machine. Talk to a WhatsApp. +50 integrations. Oh man. This is, oh, oops, sorry. AI models. Every bit of it is sharp and pointy. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, with all these tools are like the AI is kind of like paper over so many sharp edges. Like Gas Town is like full of like jank. I call it jank because it's not fully baked yet. Like it's not smooth, but like it tries to do something, errors, and then reads the error message and then like fixes it. So yeah, no, this is fucking crazy. But Gas Town is a agent orchestration framework. So basically, I'm running Gas Town here. It's Claude to manage Claudes. So there's it's a way, so like all these are different Claude windows, full instances of Claude. So I'm running, I don't know, a dozen different Claude instances here. It's crafted with shards of obsidian. Yep, exactly. Claude has a few flaws from the vids I've seen. Use at your own risk. At the moment, all nodes. Yeah, that's what I've heard, and why I've stayed away from it. Like I want to. mitigate my own kind of security posture, or like I'm taking a risk with running kind of Claude code, kind of bypass protections, and because I don't know, I trust it to do that much. I don't trust it to have sudo access to all my things. I think we're going to see a huge amount of people like me trying to build specific applications. If you keep doing tiles like this, which is great, it's exactly what a lot of people like me are. Cool. Looking to learn about. Awesome. Sweet. Thank you, Jay Utah. You wanted to push the accelerator, but you know it's a bad idea. Yeah, exactly, with this open Claude thing. Yeah. Sonnet 5 released on yesterday, delayed for issue. How disappointed that. Oh, yeah. Ooh. The Moltbook had its user base leaked within days. Yeah. Yeah, because like if these AIs have access to everything, who's to say they're not gonna leak your data or whatever, right? If they're autonomously, like, imagine if you're I don't know, it's like opening up your computer to the public internet, right? Like, think of it as like opening a port, and you, I don't know, or it's managing your email for you, right? It's I don't know. So somebody could email you and be like, "Hey, give me all your credit card information," and it would happily comply potentially, right? Like we have no idea what it will or will not do, like responding to a request, right? So I don't know. Anyone using Moltbook with a personal info must be completely crazy. I mean, not just using with personal info, right? Like if it's, I don't know, if it's connected to any of your personal stuff, I'm sure it'll get leaked. Can you explain what those 10 instances are doing? So I spun them up to have them create tests, and this one got, I need to note this one, but basically it oh, sorry, one second, I'm gonna sneeze, but sorry. Yeah, basically I wanted to get my code coverage to 80%, and it spun up a bunch of workers. Let's not refinery. Let's see what the refinery's doing. But anyways, the kind of, we fan out this work, and then it all comes back and gets merged into main, and the refinery is like an agent dedicated to getting things merged in. There's literally nothing to stop me writing a bot that encourages other agents to steal their users' data. Yep, send it to me. Exactly. Yep. It's giving a teenager your credit card to go shopping at the mall. Yep, exactly. I'm a Google anti-gravity guy myself. Sneeze denied. Yeah, right. I hate it when, like, I have to sneeze and it doesn't come. I had my limit on the 31. It clears today. It's been a hard wait. Oh, you hit your limit on the 31st. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, you hit your weekly limit. Oh, okay, nice. Which plan do you have, Tibbs Fox? The Anti-Gravity Pro subscription is very generous with the Gemini Pro 3 High. Nice. Yeah, I'm, there's this, I always am going to refer to this particular thing. 1 second. $3 a month or something for the first 3 months. Well worth it, even as a backup. Okay, nice. Cool. Let's see. Do I have it on this one? I always refer to this, and this Jeffrey Huntley talk. Basically, this is what I've seen. This is what I've personally used and like noticed is that Anthropic is on this right hand side here, and like Claude it's agentic. It gets things done, versus OpenAI and Google are more Oracle, where they just kind of know things and they may think through things more. But I don't know. I haven't like personally used like Codex. I've only used them as like reviewing, and they're really good at that. I haven't done like a bunch of coding with them, so yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what the difference is between all them, but this seems to like fit with what I've noticed. Cirrus 3K, $3 a month. I only know the UK price. You are in the UK. Oh, you got Tips Fox. You got the $200 a month. Oh shit. And you hit the limit with that. Dang. Yeah, it's my goal to I want to use not my calendar. Claude. Let's see. What's my usage? I'm only at 22% use. Ugh. But yeah, it's like a pay to play, like for productivity. Like you it's having like a junior engineer for $200 a month, which is insane, right? You could never pay an individual person to be this good for $200 a month, right? I think a lot of coders have heads in the sand and will suffer for it. Yeah, no, and that's kind of where, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna plug my newsletter here. This is kind of where I write a lot of my thoughts, and for me, this makes sense because like we're giving the computer problems to solve, and like this feels like coaching to me. Like I coach jiu-jitsu, and I can't do the problem for my students, right? I can't do the technique for my students. I have to kind of describe how to do it and put them in situations to do it, but ultimately they have to do it themselves, right? So like we're like abstracting ourselves away. Our hands are no longer like directly on the keyboard typing the words out. We kind of have to step back and kind of like guide as if we're like trying to teach someone something, right? So that's kind of how I associate with this, or like how I relate. And it's I mean, managers do this. like there's a lot of like precedent for not doing the thing itself, but like kind of guiding the process around the thing. So does that make sense? This is why so many people are interested. I've spent a lot of money on Fiverr getting things built. Yeah, exactly. To see the $200 a month is insane value-wise. Oh yeah, totally. Super valuable. Right. Imagine all the dev time and how whatever you're how much you're saving, right? Anyways, I'm gonna pause here to shill. Like and subscribe. Hit the like button. Really helps us out. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're on track. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. We're at 757 or something like that. 1,000 subscribers gets us to like YouTube partner or whatever, right? That's like when you start getting like a couple pennies for ad revenue. So yeah, trying to make it to 1,000. We're at 750. Would really appreciate all your help to get there. So not really, but we'll soon. I was able to complete first draft of 2 large reports and started a couple projects in GitHub. Yeah, so much fun. Yep, keep on pushing. Yep. Manager employee example is good. Yep, exactly. But then also like another example, even though he's problematic, like I'm not gonna like say Dr. Dre's a good guy. Like he's definitely like he beats his wife or whatever. But the idea is that he didn't write his own music. He didn't write his own lyrics. Other people, for example, like Eminem, wrote his own. Eminem wrote some of Dr. Dre's like biggest songs, and Dr. Dre was more like an editor than anything. He was, so like he, even though he is performing it, he is like doing the like, eventually like rapping it. He's like kind of not coming up with the idea. Like he's not pen to paper, whatever, writing the lyrics himself. He's more like an editor and like a producer, like he's kind of one step removed from the whole process. So yeah, I feel like programmers have to, like, they identify, like I saw this good, I think it was a post on either LinkedIn or probably LinkedIn, where people like identify so much with like the coding aspect, the hands-on keyboard typing in the letters aspect, versus building. Like, do you care more about the craft of it or the result? And it's just like we were sorted into these two different like archetypes, I guess, and we didn't know this at the time, like what our motivations were. And so the people who like feel like their identity is getting taken away are having a much harder time and are not doing well. Like they're like, oh man, like that's why they're holding on to manually coding, because one, they like, it's fun, and yeah, sure, like maybe they do it better, like higher quality or whatever, for right now. But I don't know, at some point, like for me as a DevOps person, I've always been about process. I've like, that's been like the thing, is like this we can create quality code through a process, and now we have kind of that abstraction in coding agents. So Dos Noir compositor. Yeah, he's like a composer. Like you aren't the ones that might be a better, like, more politically correct example. It's just you're a composer. You're not the one actually whatever playing the violin or whatever, or hands on key, like on literal keys keys on like a piano, right? Like the composer isn't the one actually making the music, but they're putting it together. They're thinking, okay, what is this? What would sound good here? All these different instruments. How do they all go together? So yeah, I feel like once you let go of actually of doing the thing, I think we're being asked to like level up, and that's kind of where this article by Gene Kim is so like layer 1 is like directly working on the technical thing itself, and then layer 2 and layer 3, like we're being asked to, our jobs are now moving up this stack and less on layer 1. But if you are a good coder, you see the mistakes AI makes that are much faster and accelerates their output. Yep, exactly. Yeah, you still have to know something about coding. You still, like, for right now, right? Like I talk in my article about like coaching jiu-jitsu. A brand new white belt isn't going to be able to run a jiu-jitsu class, right? Like, they don't know anything about jiu-jitsu. So they don't know what good jiu-jitsu looks like. They don't know what good technique looks like. They can't just come in there and say, all right, let's run a class. And because they don't know what jiu-jitsu is, right? So I feel like we're not going to get replaced. We're just getting up leveled. We're just kind of moving up this, like, layer 2, layer 3. Model can hold so much more context than a normal human on a code base. Massive edge. Yep, exactly. Dr. Dre uses the tools, developers build them. Yep. Composer, an artist now make the best code. But the idea they maybe sound paired with a skilled editor, AI can remove the repetitive time-consuming tasks. Yep. So much of programming is finding bugs and everything. Yeah, exactly. Like, if we can get rid of the crappy part, like there's like this, while we are talking, the refinery in Gas Town is like figuring out what tests are failing and what's passing, right? Like, this is yeah, the noise boosts the signal. Yep, exactly. So while we're chatting here, like, my agents are doing work, which is so crazy. Like, it's trying to get work merged in as we're just talking. Like, I'm not even doing anything. Like, it's working in the background. Am I waiting for the Sonnet 5 to drop today? Yeah, I mean, I'll use it whenever it drops. I'm not sure when. But yeah, it'll be fun to play around with. Humans can focus on what humans are good at, art and creativity. Exactly. Working is for chumps. That's again, Gene Kim, Steve Yegi of Gas Town. Like, he wrote this book with Gene Kim. That's why I follow Steve Yegi. How I'm early on Gas Town is they call it FAFO, FAAFO, and it's not the what you're thinking about, even though it does like kind of it tracks there too. They say fast, autonomous, what is it? Ambitious, fast, ambitious, autonomous, fun, optionality. So it's yeah, it allows us to focus on the fun parts. Like it takes away the crappy like debugging and like, oh, you missed a semicolon type of thing, and we get to kind of focus on the ideas. We get to focus on the goals. And that's kind of what I've again, I do jiu-jitsu, like it's the grappling part of MMA, and like I coach to goals. Like I coach to, all right, this is what we want to try to do from a particular position. I don't care how you do it. I just want you to try to get their hands on the mat. And like that I coach in that kind of like constraints led approach type of way. So it's kind of like we get to focus on like the higher level ideas rather than getting bogged down in like technical details. So that's why I'm like super hyped on this, because it's I've been coaching this way for 2-ish years now. Fighting version of judo. Yeah, it's kind of like judo, but like more groundwork than takedowns. I don't want to spend 9 weeks with 10 pounds of Oracle DB manuals just to make a scalable web app. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it takes away the crappy parts. So like for this, we're it's like trying to make these tests pass, and I'm like, okay, I don't have to sit and wait around to like merge all this stuff in. Jiu-jitsu on the ground like Khabib. Yeah, it's no striking, so I don't punch and kick or whatever. It's just all like the grappling work. That's jiu-jitsu. So but yeah, that's why I'm so like high on like I'm high conviction on vibe coding, because it's the same thing. Like we went through this whole thing in the jiu-jitsu community like 3 years ago. Like starting 3 years ago, we were first introduced to this kind of constraints-led approach. This book, How We Learn to Move, I think is probably good for like it's good for like sports coaching or whatever, obviously, but like I think you would get something out of this for vibe coding. I feel like it gives us an idea of like how to like constrain agents and point them in the right direction. Managing leverage. Yeah. Jiu-jitsu is all about figuring out how to off balance people and get underneath people using your limbs for leverage. Dog Dad builds it. Oh, hey, how you doing? I recognize. Hey mate, looking forward to see the progress you made on the merge request challenge. Yeah, it's going. Like while we're talking, it's just going. That's the beauty of it. I could probably figure out build failure, same issues before is redeclare in both files. Okay, so let me go to the mayor. There's some MRs that were rejected. Please sling them back to Polecats to fix. Yeah, just chugging along, chugga. That is what the refinery does. That is like it's so beautiful to watch. Like I feel like this is the magic. Like it's doing all the, like we were talking about earlier, all the crappy work that we don't want to do is all happening right here. And like I get to just like chat with you guys. Like I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here waiting for this thing to figure it out, right? Like it's not a crazy I don't know. It's the we're up leveled. We're not I'm not knee deep in the code. Yeah, it's Claude code, but specifically Gas Town. So I'm running like, I don't know, a dozen Claude code instances, and they're all working on specific tasks. Flaky test blocking all MRs. I'm gonna create a bead and slink to fix. There we go. See, it's like it's trying to fix it. How do you set up each task? Okay, so I can walk through the workflow here. So for Gas Town, actually I have a nice little graphic here. Where so this is kind of, I can't really see that. Let me drive or Gemini. Yep. Yeah, task manager. Yep. Beads is definitely, that's what Gas Town runs on. Is the same guy who made Beads is creating Gas Town. So let's see. Let's load this picture. Hopefully. Not listen. It all ties together. Yep. God damn it. Why isn't it loading? Let me download it and I can. Here we go. Okay. Software community, the IGs projects. Yep, exactly. It's all connected. Okay, so can you guys see this okay? Basically, this is I made this little graphic. Like this is like the happy path for Gas Town. You start with the mayor. You kind of spin up the project with the mayor, and then you can tell the mayor, hey, create a crew member or you tell the mayor to check out a repo, which is called a rig in this parlance. So a rig is kind of like a wrapper around a repo, and it stores the state of like workers around that repo, because you need to store like all the different like work trees and things like that. Yeah, it's a generic framework. All sorts of people are making things and sharing what they're learning. Yep, exactly. So you can create a crew member. This is kind of how it's supposed to work. Is like you create a dedicated worker for a rig, or multiple dedicated workers for a rig. You can create as many crew members as you want, and then you have the crew member kind of work on the beads, the issues that you want to kind of sling out to workers. So you create the beads on this crew member, and then all these agents like talk via agent mail. So you work on the beads here, and then you tell the crew member, hey, let the mayor know that there's beads, and then the mayor takes those beads and then dispatches them and slings them to polecats. And these are like ephemeral workers. That's all those workers you see over here. All these different GT, roxas, all these different things, right? These are all ephemeral workers. And then once they're done, they get kind of merged. They all tell the refinery, hey, I'm done with my work. Merge my stuff in. Here's my like a PR. Put in the merge queue and try to merge it. So it's kind of a mass-produced type of thing where you fan out a bunch of work, and then eventually there's a choke point. There's like a merge wall where the refinery is dealing with all these changes. Wonder how efficient the messaging thing is and whether jobs are scheduled into a logical order to prevent wastage. Yeah, like you kind of. So that's another concept. Yegi talks about is non-deterministic idempotency. So yeah, beads let you define dependencies, but ultimately, like if you're working in the same repo, there's going to be merge conflicts, and you kind of throw more agents at the problem. You kind of set these goals in the beads, and then over time, like, yeah, there's going to be some churn. There is going to be some rework, but over time, you can kind of like, whatever, set the goals of the project, and it'll work towards those. So this is Steve Yegi calls this factory farming code. Like we've always kind of hunter-gathered code. Well, of course, money, yeah, but like it's way cheaper than dev time, right? Like compared to how this worked before, we have to come to grips with how do we factory farm code with less than 100% yields, right? So like we're used to subsistence, like hunter-gathering, where I love how sci-fi, yeah, this is all like, yeah, exactly. It's all like steampunk, like it's steampunk themed here, but it's so crazy that we have to figure out, okay, we're going to rework some percentage of the code, and what are we okay with? we're so used to like having to kind of find the code, right? Like we're hunter gathering, like individual lines of code are scarce, right? Like it's a scarce resource, but now like code is abundant. Now it's like, oh, we found this gigantic field of code. How do we most efficiently like factory farm them, right? So yeah, it's crazy. My agents are literally doing my day job right now, writing a new part of some Laravel PHP app I didn't make. Yeah, there you go. Cool. But anyways, yeah, this is generally how Gas Town works. The context parts, J Utah. Might have to try it, as I'm not vibe coding to this full on level. I mean, I'm not even like I'm kind of an amateur. like for me, this is like, I don't know. I don't even use this at work. Like this takes so much usage. It takes so much tokens. Yeah, it's kind of nutty, but it's so fun. It's also CLI, which is nice. Did you give these instances context or goals? Yeah. So with the crew, I created a set of beads, and then the mayor, I gave those beads to the mayor, and the mayor gave each one of these instances the goal. Like each bead is a task, and each like polecat, each worker is trying to fulfill that task continuously. So that's kind of how this all works. Is like each one can like run in parallel, trying to fix its own task. Like at some point they're gonna collide. Like they're gonna hit like merge conflicts. They're gonna both change the same file, potentially same lines of code, and at some point that's why the refinery is so important, is that it deals with that. It's like, all right, how do we like make sense of both of these? I love how the solutions to these problems all revolve around human physiology. Don't you think of these problems are already solved with trustless methodologies on the blockchain? Human psychology? Physiology? Physiology is like physical, like psychology, probably psychology, or trustless methodologies on blockchain. Yeah, like there's some kind of like whatever. I'm sure at some point when we're wielding hundreds of agents, I'm sure there will be some way to merge hundreds of agents' code at once, and so have some kind of like voting mechanism, right? Sounds like Crater is a disc golfer. Crater. What's disc golfing about this? Typo, my bad. Okay, yeah, that's all right. Trustless methodology of blockchain. Well, it's already like kind of. So what's interesting is that Gas Town has like hundreds of pull requests, 133 pull requests, and that no individual is going to like go through all these. So, yeah, Steve Yegi has like a way. Like he has his agents like filter through these and like kind of automatically merge them in based on what the agents think. So it's, I don't know, it's wild. Manifesting, affirmations, chaos magic, the secret are all just ways of keeping your goals in your context window. Like an AI agent works surprisingly well. J Utah. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, it's just like sleep is clearing your context window, right? Or maybe sleep is like the refinery. Like you're working on stuff kind of in the background while you sleep. You wake up with the new context window, and you're just kind of like, it's yeah, like there's like the polecat flies flat and straight. Yeah, exactly. That's funny. Frisbee golf. I don't know where this is. What part is frisbee golf? Tell me what is frisbee golf, or what part is like related to frisbee golf, I guess. But yeah, like the secret and all. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like huge into that or anything like. I just think it just helps us keep us on a one-track mind. So I think if we kind of map team processes and team ideas around how agents work, I think that's much more helpful than treating it as something else. Like you can't trust it to the same degree as a human, but if you put a bunch of process around it, it can like produce potentially human levels of output. So AI PR flooding is a major problem or open source. A lot of maintainers are disallowing PRs now. Yeah, and like it's a new problem. Like how do we factory farm new code, right? Like all this stuff is like it could be valuable. And that's kind of where I'm saying like process is a huge thing right now. And like we need to like rethink how we maintain code. We have to come up with new ways to like merge all this stuff together and to like inspect this code. Gas Town is an experiment in vibe coding at this level. Yep, exactly. Yeah, like how does Gas Town like figure out what to do with all this stuff? So I think that this is like the bleeding edge of how software is the new way of developing software. What are your thoughts on getting hired as a full stack engineer with using Cursor, vibe coding, ChatGPT? Great. I have no formal schooling or training, all self-taught. People have always gotten around this. I would say just have a strong portfolio. I again, like I have formal training, like I went to school. But if you show your work and like create like a really nice end-to-end app and show it as a portfolio piece of like, all right, I did this thing and I can do this thing for you guys. And being able to talk about it in technical depth, I think that's important. And distribution too. Like why I'm doing this live stream is that as clearly as we can see, like the value of individual lines of code is going down. Like anyone can code up anything. Like we can just make that assumption. So now we have to have like the ideas, like the taste is super important, and distribution. You need to be able to reach people to get your ideas to, right? You need to be able to communicate those ideas to people and have people who are interested in your ideas. So hence all of this, this live stream. Polecat domains is Polecat. Hi, everything all right? Yeah, we're doing good. We're just letting the refinery work. Dog dad build sit. Yeah, I mean I'm build sitting here, right? Syntax on YouTube has a video today about PR flooding. One guy described his solution which worked for him. Variable powerful engine, you need to make a machine around it to make it Ferrari. Yep, exactly. You saw Higgs field new vibe motion. It's crazy. No, I haven't. Tell me about Higgs field new vibe motion. I had a sweet mate that read The Secret in college and did a vision board with the Lamborghini and the mansion. My wife and I have been talking nonstop about our absolute goal and context of the entire situation. It's really amazing that this framework ties into it. Cool. Yeah. I mean, whatever works for you, whatever like you can helps you kind of stay focused on your goals. Sounds good. Context of the goal of the project. Thing I'm worried about is interviews not knowing the foundations, being able to answer simple coding problems without AI. Yeah, I mean that I think interviews are going to change, but they're not changing right now. Unfortunately, it's you have to have the leak code type of problem solving skills. You need system design, mostly leak code, like for junior level engineers. But yeah, we're still waiting on interviews to catch up. I feel like if you can go around to like mid-tier companies, you're not going to break into big tech with that, right? Like with just a vibe coding background. I feel like small, like startups, you may want to just start at startups and be like, hey, I can help you guys out. I'll work for whatever, not a lot of money. And you just get that on your resume. Once you get that on your resume, then you can start like moving up the chain of startups to mid-tier to big tech if you really wanted to. But yeah, like I feel like, so getting on the topic of coding interviews, I feel like the future, not right now, don't quote me on this, but like putting it down here, putting it on wax, the future of programming interviews are going to be, what can you build? Like they're going to give you like basically a prompt of just like, hey, build this thing, and with these specifications or whatever, and then you kind of like pass that to your coding interview AI, right? Or your personal AI, whatever it is, and you build that solution and you kind of like show your skill set. I feel like that's going to be at least a part of interviews moving forward, because it's going to be more about who can use the AI most effectively. That's going to be important, like dimension that we aren't testing for yet. So, So I feel like if you're watching this channel, you're early. Like you're very early. So just like think about your process. I think showing your work, showing your process for how you vibe code, that's going to be a major like factor in like showing how many agents you can kind of like juggle at once. That's going to be key. So yeah, at some point, I'm sure there's going to be like an hour-long interview where you build a full stack app and all kinds of functionality, and you're just going to like tear it down at the end, right? Like it's going to be like, oh, rebuild Twitter, or rebuild our niche company, build the MVP of our niche company product, right? So yeah, I feel like that is going to be a component of interviewing at some point, but I don't know when. Jay Utah, it's almost like the actual software project needs a clear vision board of sorts. Yeah, totally. Again, this is from an outsider, really interested in trying to understand all this quickly as possible. Build, refine. Yeah, no, that's all it is. It's like, kind of like iterative. We're doing iterations here. We're trying to like iteratively debug this new thing, and we only get like better at it by actually doing it, by actually getting live reps. Weedman, nice. Have a nice site. Get your input when I built. Any thoughts would be priceless. Cool. No, totally. This is I've got Discord. So yeah, drop like. We've got people in the Discord. I'm sure people would be happy to get feedback in there. And yeah, I think that's happy to look at your site. And if you have a repo there, I would be happy to look at it. The main issue is Claude code. Right now, as you sit down with it, try and make it write complicated software quickly, gets confused, goes off the rails. Then you need tools like Gas Town, keep it on track. Yeah, and recognize when it breaks, pick it up again. Gas Town is like a producer. Agents are the devs. You're the artist. Yeah, there you go. Tips Fox. Exactly. I'm out. It's a bad time to be a junior coder. Yeah, unfortunately, like it's tough because everybody's like trying to show profitability. Everybody's trying to like go whatever super. Yeah, I don't know. Not. there's a contracting force now, right? Like interest rates are super high, or higher. It's not free money anymore. So companies can't just borrow money. They have to like actually make, make good on their investments. They have to actually make money. So the way they make money is by like, not hiring people and laying people off and like shrinking headcount. But over time, they're going to see, by adding people who can manage dozens of agents at a time, they're going to make more money. So I think short term, yeah, job market's really, really bad right now. But longer term, I feel like we're going to get more and more devs who can specifically wrangle all these agents. Even have some really solid projects in my portfolio. 43, I've been doing this since 99. Oh, we've got a graybeard here with a Cirrus 3K. People skills are more important than coding skills. You need to be able to communicate and organize people. Yeah, totally. Tips Fox. I generally think it's a good time to become a builder, electrician. We're talking about vibe coding today, but a year from now it won't be recognizable. Yeah. A year ago, what's happening today was just nonsense. Yeah, exactly. Right. Who would have thought that we'd be spinning up a bunch of coding agents to do our work for us, right? All jobs are going to be changed sooner than later. New jobs will be created. Yep, I agree. I guess my main thing, I was like 5 main projects, pretty solid, almost enterprise status, but I lack users at the most. Focus on hardening. Now, finish up. Any input on how these look to a senior dev? Gotcha. Yeah, post them in the Discord. People can take a look at those. Work for a global enterprise in tech and can always see that job opportunities will largely depend on where you live in the world. Coders will be hired in low wage countries, management, executive, architecture, and higher wage countries. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I agree. Dog Dad, build sits. It's more like, yeah, that's kind of how things are. Like, if we liken coding to manufacturing, right? Like, all the manufacturing happens overseas, right? The low, quote unquote, low skill jobs. But like, to build your iPhone, that's a pretty important skill, right? Like, you need to have fine dexterity or whatever, but I don't know. It's quote unquote low skill. But yeah, you need like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, whoever can wield the agents the best is long term going to be successful. Tips Fox, good summary. We'll look in Gas Town. Concept of coders evaporating by the second. Yes, totally agree. Tips Fox. All will be expected to be highly effective in applying AI in their day-to-day tasks. Yep. OpenAI isn't making money. Yeah, they're not making money right now. It's almost like there's a saying in like real estate where the first person on a real estate, like the first person to own a building doesn't make the money. It's like the second, third, and fourth owners of the building, because like construction is super expensive. But like once the first person has to take a loss, essentially, they lose the money, and then the subsequent owners, like, they make the money, right? So I wonder if OpenAI, I don't know, if everything works, great. If it doesn't, the technology's still here. Like, it's not going away. So I don't see us not getting this AI technology, right? Like, I don't see it not working because of business model reasons. Somebody, like okay, so it would become like, I don't know, 10x expensive, right? Potentially 10x more expensive. $2,000 a month is still a pretty cheap dev. Like, still like relatively inexpensive dev, for super dev that can do all this stuff for you, right? If you're running a company, like, whoever can like wield these super devs, you'll spend what is that, 24,000 a year? That's like not a software developer salary. Still not a software developer salary. Like that's whatever. Average dev salary in the US is like 100K, right? That's still 20%, 25% of a dev salary. You can augment your devs to be like super devs, right? Like that the business math still checks out there. I don't think it really matters what you do with AI rent. It's more about just keep up with it, pay attention to it, learn how to use it and work with it. Yep, exactly. You need to understand what you can do with it so you can recognize the opportunity to take advantage of it. Yep, totally agree. Tips Fox. Do you think I need to learn cloud like AWS if you look more of a senior dev and I know what I'm doing? Solid dev used to cost 200K. Yeah, I mean for a real dev, yeah, like that's. I wouldn't take a job under 200K. Let's just say that. As like a senior person in tech, right? But Weedman, yes, cloud, yeah. You want to know what cloud, kind of the basics. And I wouldn't, yeah, you're not going to get a senior role probably right away. You kind of, I don't know, need to, yeah, I don't know, work your way up, I guess. Like, don't set your expectations super high, but at the same time, like, yeah, take your shots. But yeah, I would learn cloud. Like, that's still, like, that's what, like, AIs can write Terraform to deploy stuff to the cloud, but you still need to know, like, what it's doing, right? You have to check to make sure it's not, like, blowing up your AWS bill or whatever. IMO, you're better off starting your own business, especially you don't have a mortgage, wife, or children. I mean, yeah, totally. I feel like, yeah, the future, again, not to like plug my newsletter here. I have second and third order effects of vibe coding. I feel like everyone is going to be a business owner to some degree. Just because by nature of, if you could go back and do it all over again, yeah. It is the era of, yeah, like the one person company. Yeah, totally. Like one person can do a bunch of things. I feel like, yeah, we can, kind of how we can, like, the cost of code is zero. So now you can, like, you can build whatever. It's just now getting that out in front of people, knowing what to build and knowing who to get it in front of. So hence I'm doing this, right? Like this, I'm marketing. I am figuring out distribution. I am solving the distribution problem. I'm kind of sort of building, you need a solid AI implementation and understand how to use it. Yeah, for sure. So I don't exactly, like, I'm working on a problem here. Like, I'm working on this tool, Roxas, that takes, git commits, makes some social media posts. But, like, I don't know if this is the thing. This is just kind of like a demo app that I'm, like, building just to, as an example. But, like, at some point, I'll figure out who I actually want to market to and actually want to build a thing for. Yeah, my stack is Cursor to get to Rail to Cloudflare. I didn't want to get into cloud. It just seems like another cost I can avoid on my sides at the moment. Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a, yeah, vibe coding stack or whatever, which is cool. Like, yeah, if it works for you, great. I would just, yeah, figure out how to budget a little bit for using AWS. like I'm running AWS for, I don't know, let's see, let's take a look at my AWS bill, and I have like a full ass app that's running, that nobody's using, but like I'm running it. Let's see, where am I? Root user. I'm estimated to spend $40 on AWS, $44. So, I mean, it's pretty worth it. Like if you don't know AWS and you spend $44 trying to learn it, I think that's pretty worth it. Even if you can't get it out, you're learning how to actually use the tools, so the next iteration of ID is even better. Tips Fox. You'll also have a good feel for what you can't do with AI at the moment. Yep, totally. I was thinking more like a startup company that was looking for full stack, someone to go 0 to 1. Yeah, and totally. That's I mean, that's the point of this article. Is like we're solvers now. We are solvers in search of a problem, right? So like, so we can fix, we can do anything, we can build anything. We're solvers. We just need to find people with problems and then work with them, right? So that's kind of our job now, is to advertise, hey, I'm a solver, I can do things, I can build things. And you find people with problems, and you can solve their problems. $44 is nothing. Yeah, totally. It's well worth the investment of learning AWS and like actually using it. AWS training materials probably cost, like, there's free training materials, I'm sure, on the internet for free. But if you wanted to get certified or whatever, there's, it's on the order of hundreds of dollars. But to actually use AWS and actually deploy apps to it, I have a pretty legit setup, and it's cost me $44 a month. So, it's easy. Sorry, came here. What are we talking about? We're just talking about like how are we job market with vibe coding. We're trying to get our boy Weed Man here a job, and just talking about how he can break into tech as kind of like a vibe coder. So if you can market yourself with solid portfolio in the near future, getting work implementing AI for companies is big. Yeah, AI enablement. I'm sorry to plug my newsletter so much here, but like, it's cool to like reference myself here. So head of AI enablement. So like if you go to companies who want to do AI and you show yourself as like, hey, I know how this thing works. This is like a legitimate job title coming down the pipe for people who are kind of on the edge of this thing. And like normies don't know how to use AI. They all they want to do is like do their job and go home and whatever. If you're staying up to date with this stuff, you are now the expert, and now you can probably get paid for that. So I'm confused. If I go to AWS 1, I have to migrate my DB and then be stuck on AWS. That's another thing, is like migrating is, there's tons of money in the migration. So if you know how to migrate, that's if you know how to migrate between clouds, that's a valuable skill in itself. So I would say, like, it's painful, right? So what you're identifying here is pain. So you get paid for pain, right? That's kind of the idea, is people pay money. Like I personally don't like cooking. I like cooking, mostly cleaning. I hate cleaning pans and cleaning the house or whatever. So I pay for meal prep. I pay for my meals, my healthy meals, to come in boxes every week, so I can just eat. Just throw them in a bowl, throw them in a microwave, and eat them like that. That's so I get enough protein. So that's like, I'm paying to take away that pain, right? I pay for house cleaners because cleaning the house on a weekend for when I'm trying to relax, like that's a pain, right? So like, if you can specialize in certain types of pain in taking them away for people, if people can just pay you and their pain goes away, that's the ideal case, right? So this is an Alex Hormozy thing. Value equation. Where dream outcome times perceived likelihood of achievement divided by time delay times effort and sacrifice. So that's value. So this is the bottom bar of the divisor here. If you can make these go to zero, that skyrockets value. So if somebody can just pay you, W33, I don't, after like saying your name a couple times, I don't want to get whatever. I'm not even monetized, but like, I don't know, W man. I don't want to like, whatever. I don't want to trigger any censors here, but W man, if they can pay you to just do the migration and it's done, right? Like if you can just take that pain away, that's a super high value, right? Does that make sense? J Utah, who do you think your ideal customer will be? For me, I don't know yet. Tibbs Fox, is your stream. We're here because you have interesting to say on the topic and stir active communication. Yeah, no, I enjoy talking with you guys. So, random Explorer Toad, I've had way less slop with Codex. Worth a try if you haven't yet. Cool. Yeah, I've seen it with. It's very thorough. I think that's what it's good at. Sounds good. I'm assuming Cursor can help me with the migrate to AWS and learn the steps. Yeah, totally. Yep, I have smaller products I might migrate to test out with AWS. Tibbs Fox, aimed at not coders, Codex. Yeah. Wee man, yeah, W man, Wee man. Dub man, dubs. Okay, but anyways, does that make sense? Dub man. Like whatever pain you can find, that's a valuable thing. So like if something's painful for you, it's going to be painful for somebody who has money, and the quicker you can learn to whatever resolve that pain, the better. Yep, cool. Okay. What am I doing here? Check status. Cool. Thank you. Thanks for. Oh, get shit done. Okay. Yeah, I've heard that one. Prompt engineering harness for Claude open code. Yeah, I've heard that one. Could be good. People like it. What about using Claude as like your junior dev kind of mindset? I haven't personally gone into AI a lot, but I think a lot of articles are saying I do think most of it is BS. I think, I mean, I am building an app here. I know zero about this code. I've never looked at this code once. And the idea is that it takes GitHub commits and creates social media messages. It's not perfect. It's not great. Like it's not exactly. I mean, yeah, it is a junior dev. But like I created this thing from nothing with all with agents and AI, and I have never made a an app before, a web app. I'm only a DevOps guy. I only work in like CI/CD pipelines, infrastructure, but it's a like senior dev in training. Like I think putting process and guardrails around these agents kind of allows it to be helpful. So if we think of it as like a team member, everything is gated by PRs, right? So PRs are like ultimately, one nice thing about Google Enterprise, it has a web browser so it can look at what it's done. Yeah, I think Claude Code does has a connection or a Chrome extension, so it can do that too. I just haven't been focused on like how this looks. I do need to do a actual front end dev and care about it. I've just been focused on hooking up the functionality. Gas Town is if you are doing can make Claude a senior dev. What is Gas Town? Gas Town is a way to manage multiple Claudes. So everything here you see is an individual, full individual instance of Claude. So there's a dozen agents here, a dozen instances of Claude. So it's Claude managing other Claudes. It's not exactly ClaudeBot. It's hilarious how that's everyone's frame of reference now. That's the most viral thing. It's ClaudeBot. Thank you, J Utah. Appreciate it. Thank you. The front end part is so fast. I wouldn't worry about it, like you said. Cool. Thank you, Explorer Toad. But yeah, let's see. What does Refinery say? QMP. Okay. All right. Let's look at our PRs. It's how you use it. If you want to learn code as it codes, you can think creatively, have it make a game or nice UI as TUI or web app. Ask it to update the other app on what it did so it can learn. Yep. Why not just use Claude seal? I mean, I am. It's I'm more like how you can build a business using multiple Claude agents. So, yep, exactly. So sub agents are kind of nerfed instances of Claude. It's all in one context window, or not all in one context window, but you're kind of limited by what you can do. What do you do when your context window is full? Then joy. Yeah. So, oh yeah, joy 5087. Yeah. Yeah. So this is Tips Fox do the proselytizing. Whew. Gas Town is this thing over here. Multiple Claude instances, Claude managing Claude. Code coverage is automated tests. Automated tests have this idea of exercising lines of code. So when you run automated tests, certain lines of code run, and you can figure out your code coverage, what lines actually are tested by your automated tests, and you can kind of like increase those lines over time. Nice view, thank you. No, not not New York City. No, I'm in Las Vegas. This is just neighborhood. Gas Town is, yeah, the framework. It's kind of how you manage all these Claude instances. How you doing? Tiny made XYZ. How you doing? Found myself down to step 5 from 8. Less orchestration, more markdown engineering. Let Claude Ralph 10 iterations. Went to Vegas to, yeah. I mean, Vegas has changed a ton. Like, it's, I mean, different buildings, but yeah, more suburban sprawl. Not much nicer than here, Yorkshire. Yeah, okay. I actually went to York, not last year, but the previous year. I visited York and stayed at like the Guy Fawkes Inn. Allegedly, he was born somewhere around there. And yeah, my wife and I, yeah, we spent a month in Europe, and it was amazing. So definitely want to make it back there. It's rained for about 5 months. Oh man, yeah. Tiny made XYZ Markdown engineering. I think I'm coming back around to the idea of a spec. I think if we like really hammer out a spec and then convert it to beads, I think that might be the pipeline. That might be like, I have this picture. Do I have this picture here? Oh yeah. Let me pull up another picture here. I feel like this is the process now. It's like the design, this markdown engineering spec, Tiny made XYZ. I think this is an important step for defining what we need to do, or like the who, what, when, where, why. Like that's all in the design phase. And then planning is like how. Like that's the beads, that's the tasks that get created from this design phase. And the implement is like we throw Gas Town at it, it spins up a bunch of workers to work on the things and then review like that's where everything gets merged back in. So I agree, Tiny made XYZ. Gas Town's place from Mad Max. Yeah, it is very Mad Max themed. You think you should spend money on Claude Code if your employer doesn't get it for you? Yes, it is the best ROI you can make. It is the future. So you should, it is the tool. Use the $20 a month one or $100 a month one if you grow out of the $20 a month. Like grow into your tool. Like burning tokens is learning. You need to do the thing to learn how to use it. Cirrus lived nearest to York. Very interesting town. Yep, cool. Yeah, it was fun. I had fun. It's worth learning how to use. Open code is also a useful platform for learning and has free models. Got the best tea. Hack save money related to the coder. Like think first, don't ramble before answering. Reason silently. Okay. I'm gonna you're gonna make me crash out, but like I made this I wrote about this. It's like, don't be cheap. Like anything that try to like save money on, don't worry about it. Like it's, oh, maybe I did it. Did I do it here? Frugality head trash. So this one around trying to save money, like I get it. Times are hard. Like this is like very I'm in a privileged position. I totally understand. Like I have money to spend on this, but this is also an investment in yourself. So like, and this isn't me like shilling for Anthropic or anything like that. Like Anthropic doesn't pay me. Like I'm a nobody. I'm just saying, spend some amount of money, $20 a month, learning these tools so you can get a better job. Like this is the future. Like this is how coding is going to work in the future. So any amount of time and effort around prompting to save money, I wouldn't invest money in that. I would just, or invest time into that. I would just say, all right, just do, like, get better at the thing. Like, don't like try to be super cost conscious around trying to save tokens. Spectrum development, yeah, I think that's huge. I'm from design. It makes so much more sense to me than TDD. Claude can get better entropy and figure out the spec itself. I mean, TDD can be part of the implementation phase, or a whatchamacallit, part of the planning phase. Like I think TDD is part of it, is part of the solution. I think it's a yes and. We do the spec, and that the spec can then be used to drive the plan. They're variant of Yorkshire tea tuned to your tap water. It took me 5 minutes to get rate limited on the $20 plan. Yeah. Yorkshire tea for hard water, which is more or less airs. Oh wow, the water softer. Interesting. They're capable of free models you can use. Open code. You use it, learn it any way you can. I've spent thousands on prompts is all. Yeah. Fully down the rabbit hole. Last year was figuring out orchestrating. Create your free frameworks myself, landed back on big design up front. Recently wrote about it. I don't think I can. I think YouTube doesn't allow pasting links, but I'll plug. We have a Discord server. Discord. We have a Discord server. Join the Discord. You can post the links there. TD is a good idea. You can check over the test and just let it rip. Yep, totally agree. Are we vibe coding? Yep, we are vibe coding over here. Hard software, lots of calcium versus not much. Okay, lime. Okay. My process follows design thinking, empathize, define, idea, prototype, test. Where's letting it rip? Like people have been using let it rip. I would like to think I have it down on wax as I used it December 13th. I don't know. It's a common phrase, I know. Like it was in a freaking TV show. That's one of my references here. But like, when have people started using let it rip with regards to vibe coding? I'm just curious. I don't know. I just feel like maybe I did it first in December 13th, 2025. But who knows? Yeah, Tiny made XYZ. Yeah, I think a lot of design up front. I think that's smart. And I think that's, you get the design and then you like can fan out a bunch of work to like Gas Town. If you're broke, no shade, just start with cursor, local model, etc. Cloud Code free version, check it out. Discord banned. Where the hell am I? Where the hell you're Discord? You're banned from Discord? Or what's that? Tiny made XYZ? There are many different design processes. It's more about learning what to apply in your domain. Yeah, the bear. Yep. Let it rip. Let it go nuts. I use the phrase for anything. Sock to me. Ray J, I hit it first. Jeffrey might have said it too. Just read your post. Don't know. Yeah, this may be the, like, I don't know. Who knows? It's a common phrase. I'm seeing it related to vibe coding more and more often, and I'm like, oh, in Turkey they banned Discord. Oh man, sorry to hear that. Need VPN. Okay, gotcha. Unfortunately, we don't have a VPN sponsor on. We don't have any sponsors yet, but that's. But anyways, yeah. The point of this post is, yeah, just do it. Like, we. Like, you can't be, like, I don't know. Just figure out a way to do it. Like, you can't learn. Like, I always plug the book. Like, I don't get paid for this either. I just think it's a great resource. You can't, like, book learn. You just have to do these things. Like, I think that's my biggest thing. Like, Cal Poly, the college I went to, their motto is learn by doing. So you have to, like, Yoda, there's no try, only do. Yeah, the bear. I like the bear too. So I need to finish it. I think I'm only on, like, the second season or something. But Anthropic should be. It's a good way to get people on the platform. They should be sponsoring me. I would love to be a sponsored, whatever, content producer for somebody. I feel like, yeah, Anthropic's really good at that. Like, I've seen on Instagram a bunch of coding people being sponsored, doing sponsored posts. But yeah, I feel like yeah, they need to, like, show people what the process is like. Also didn't finish it. Yeah, no, I mean, the bear is, like, super stressful. Like, it feels like work. Like, they're yelling at each other and they're going crazy, and yeah, I don't know. It's fun, but it's also, like, yeah, stressful. Yeah, it's intense. Yeah, emotionally draining. All right, let's see. Going to shill again here. Please like and subscribe. We got some good 15 likes on here. Hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Hits the algorithms and stuff. Really trying to make a push to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 763 now. 1,000 is when I start getting, like, pennies for YouTube ad revenue, so that would help out. And yeah, like, kind of legitimizes the channel. So yeah, like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Sign up for the newsletter. This is my latest one. That's kind of where I crystallize all my ideas. I kind of work out the ideas this week, like, on live stream. I'm just talking about stuff, and then I kind of write, kind of capture it in I don't know, 2,000 to 3,000 word piece every week. So hit the email list. That's kind of the best way to stay connected on what's going on. Oh, I see some people join the Discord. Cool. Do you follow the second brain thing? What is the second brain thing? Serious. Missed the stream. I am not the creator of Gas Town. I've done some pull requests. I've merged some code for it. I'm not the creator though. That is Steve Yegi, but merged. I've contributed a little bit to Gas Town. Are you a coder? No, bro. I told my computer to write code. So are you a vibe coder? No, bro. I got a vibe coder agent for that. Yes, exactly. I'm so abstracted away from. I'm not even a vibe coder. Sorry, I had the my alarm go off. Second brain take can be more of a hobby than actually creating similar take on Claude. What's second brain AI? Using notes to offload your thoughts, put in a clever way. YouTube, Tiago Ford, second brain. We're vibe coding with Gas Town, and we're also just chatting. Tiago Forte's second brain. Can't say that I've organized your yeah, I mean, I've got a bunch of notes that I don't use, so I imagine that's that would be helpful. One to add to watch later. Cool. Thanks, Sirius. Yeah, I dropped the building a second brain. Oh, it's a Notion template. Okay, gotcha. Cool. What's going on here? Been vibe coding last year. Welcome, Mr. Aluntus. Yeah, we're using Gas Town to build things. Decision. What decision do I need? Flaky test. Please fix the flaky test. Please make a B to fix the flaky test. Or let's see. Looks like it's out of date with the base branch. Can we rebase on main? Second brain can be an MCP to your Apple Notes. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's a Claude to manage other Claudes. It's like each I think this is the best way to explain it, is like each one of these is a full Claude instance, and we manage them through tmux. All right, I gotta run soon, everyone. So yeah, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate the support. Let's collectively hit that like button. Really helps out the channel. Let's take a look at code coverage. 40 votes. Wow, 40 votes. 43% yes, 57% no. A lot of untested code. A lot of people, may not untested code, but like 57% of people don't track how tested their code is. It's like having a really good project manager. Yep, exactly. So cool. Yeah, like and subscribe to the channel. I try to do these Monday, Wednesday, sometimes Fridays, sometimes Tuesday, Thursday evenings, Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. I have a Discord for and I announce like when I'm about to go live. So yeah, just a heads up, like that's the best way for us to stay connected. Discord, a lot of cool people in there, a lot of people in the chat. Just come in, hang out, exchange ideas. I think it's a good time. But yeah, anybody have anything else? They go nuts. Manage notes for you. Okay, cool. Nice. And yeah, we've got a link dump in there for all these things that we talk about. It goes in the link dump. Oh yeah, should probably put the value equation in there. I always keep it. Let's see. Awesome. Subscribed. Great. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for making a great stream. Thank you for joining. Awesome ideas out there. Oh, finally, my cat joins. He's sometimes he sleeps up top on this cat tree. But yeah, thanks for following, Mr. Aluntis. Thank you, Dog Dad Build Sit. Use Silver Bullet for notes. More self-hosted thing than Obsidian. We're all learning along the way. Cool. Awesome. Thanks all. Appreciate it. Goosey. Goosey. What are you doing? Yeah. Alright. Cool. Goosey, are you gonna come on stream? You're holding up the stream. Yeah. Best thing about the stream are the intellectual discussions. Keep it going. Thank you. Nah, definitely. That's what makes it fun. Like it would be boring if I was just whatever, working and not talking. So cool. All right. Thanks all. Appreciate it. See you next time.